Man, I love that song. Cliff really killed it on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my friend Cliff France. Known this guy for decades, killing it with a theme song that he wrote out of nowhere one night. Great stuff. Really appreciate it. Hey, everybody, episode 4. It's official. That's the title of the 4th episode of Be Nice or Be Quiet. It's official as of Monday, 3/21/22. The candidacy paperwork for Chowen 2024 was accepted by the Federal Election Commission. We have a candidate number. We have all of the acceptance done there. The committee paperwork was also accepted by the FEC. So I now have the pleasure of being able to file paperwork. They can see what we spend money on and where money comes from. So even the charge for a podcast is now something I have to disclose. But I'm excited about that because it means we're official and we actually can start talking about more things, more issues, more serious business, not just hyperbole and hypothesis, but actual real stuff. So I guess today is going to be a short one. I said that last time and I let it run a little bit long, but today will be a short one just because the level of excitement is high. When you get something like that in the email saying your candidacy paperwork has been accepted, here's your candidate number, and it says the candidate, blah, 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 blah. It hit home that this is serious business now. At first, everybody was like, oh, yeah, I'm in, I would like it, it would be fun. Well, it's real now, so we need to get going. One of my questions for everybody is, how many people have run for president over the years? I don't know the answer to that. I mean, even if you think of it's 1 million, which sounds pretty high, we are now in a very tiny percentage of Americans that have tried this. And for some foolish reason, I think we have a really good chance. I think there's enough of us out there that are tired of the either side being mean to each other. I think we're ready to move the country forward again. I just think we're in a good spot for Joe Nobody, me, to take over and say, okay, let's get this thing back on track. A lot of people have been asking me, is politics in your family? Is politics in your blood? And the answer is no, not so much politics, just helping people. That's in my DNA. My little sister and I have been gifted some rather strong DNA and a very strong sense of right and wrong, and a very strong sense of what's important and how to help people. And you start to realize as you get older, the hardcore views that I held when I was younger, when I was supposed to be more liberal, but I was the opposite, I was more conservative. Those kind of mellow, the edges round off. And sometimes you need a hard edge, but sometimes you don't. And there are two sides to every story, and there's two ways or more to achieve a goal. Now, do I have some strong ideas? Absolutely. I know exactly what I want to do and exactly how I want to do it. Am I going to get to do it that way? No, not at all. Part of the deal is we have to compromise, work together. Nobody's going to get everything that they want, but we can make things better by doing some of what we want. I am incredibly passionate about this country. I'm passionate about the flag. I love seeing that thing. Anytime I see it, it makes me happy. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel like we're doing the right thing. I'm passionate about my freedom. I'm passionate about your freedom. And the thing I'm most passionate about is you. I want you to succeed. And I want you to want to succeed. I want you to feel like you can succeed, because you can. We're in the best country on the planet. I know that for a fact. I don't need data. I don't need anything other than the facts that are before me saying, yep, we've made some mistakes. We're like that old friend. We've all got friends that we've had for years. Somehow along the way we may have crossed it up and not talked to each other for a bit, because somewhere along the line that friend pissed us off. We pissed them off. But guess what? That friend is still a core good person. The United States is still that good friend. We've made mistakes along the way. There's no doubt about it. Nobody's perfect. No country's perfect. No, nothing's perfect because we're human. we start off flawed and try to get better as life goes on. My goal with this candidacy and hopefully presidency is to restore the faith in that old friend. That whole idea of we may be flawed, we are, but we're also that good person, that good country. And we're all working in the same direction for the same goals, making sure our neighbors are taken care of, making sure our friends and family are taken care of, making sure each other are taken care of. We can do that without the coercion of the government. We can do that. We can restore things that have been lost along the way. I want you to feel good about the future. I want you to feel good about the future for your kids and your grandkids. I don't want to be the guy that stood on the sideline and said, I can't believe I'm leaving this shit to my kids. I'm not going to do that. I'm 49, going to be 50 here shortly. I still have time to influence how I leave things for my kids. I don't want them to be left with what we have right now. We can fix it. We can do better. We can get there, but we have to get there together. I heard a quote in a class that I was part of last week. It has been in my head ever since. Possibilities remain hidden until the past is released. And I'll say it again because I can't stop thinking about it. Possibilities remain hidden until the past is released. And everybody's like, well, you can't just forget the past. Well, no, you should not. We cannot and should not. But we can release it. We can stop blaming each other for sins of the past from hundreds or years ago, decades ago. We can start looking forward. We can use the knowledge of the bad things that may have happened in the past, that did happen in the past. We can use that knowledge to make sure we don't make those mistakes again. But we don't have to be angry about what happened over things we had no influence on. We can work together to get that moving forward. The possibilities for all of us and this country are endless. They really are. I know that for sure. There's a lot of us out here that are doing things that we couldn't do anywhere else. Where else on the planet would you think some nobody from those born in Onaway, grew up in Alpena, and moved to Charlevoix, Michigan, could even consider doing something like this? I'm not a rich guy. I don't have a circle of politicians ready to groom me for this position. No. I'm just a regular, normal person that decided that he wants to make a difference. And mostly what I'm going to be, more than anything, I'll be your leader, but I'm going to be a facilitator. I'm going to figure out how to get all of us back together, working in the same direction. You'll hear me say that again. We got to row in the same direction. I know rowing in the same direction is going to be hard. It's going to be a challenge. And there's going to be times when one side of the boat's rowing harder than the other, but we still got to go the same way. We can talk about it, and we can figure ways to row better, more in sync, whatever it needs to be done, we can figure it out. But we have to go the same way. We have to want similar things. And I know that. I know that happens because I've talked to my people on both sides of the aisle. So many people want that same thing. They want the same end goal, but are willing to call each other stupid and all these other names just because they want to get to that goal in a different way. Use Google Maps. Use Apple Maps. There's multiple ways to get from A to B. There is multiple ways to finish a project. Hell, just even starting a project is enough. Finishing it's another thing. What I want to leave you with is this. There's a couple different things. Respect. That's where this whole thing is going to start. Respect for ourselves. We have to start there. And respect for others. That's also a key ingredient in the success of this campaign. It's going to get ugly. I know that. That's how this country does it. But we don't have to join in that mess if we don't want to. We can point out the facts and the differences of the people that don't want to come with us. That's fine. But we can also promote the good stuff that we want to do. Promote the good stuff that we're going to do. One of the things that I've learned in life is I've heard so many people say that man's got to earn my respect. I call bullshit on that. I've said it before, and I'll continue to reiterate this point. My thought is, why can't we start with respect for each other? Start there. It's yours to lose. If I start with respect for you, maybe you'll start with that for me. and we can go forward with a lot better opinion, a lot better ethic, a lot better result. Let's start there. There we are, we're at 10 minutes already. Told you to keep this short, and I will. I heard a Reagan speech or a clip of it the other day, and a couple things stuck out. Trust but verify, play but cut the cards. It's going to be a challenge. What we're about to do is going to be one of the most exciting experiences of my life, and hopefully yours too. Hopefully what this does is awakens people, however you want to say it, and shows them that we can do this stuff. We are not beholden to the government. They are beholden to us. We've forgotten that. They don't grant us our freedom. They do now, but they shouldn't, and that pisses me off. It's time to get together, say, whoa, we've gone way too far. We need to reel back in. Not start fresh, but go back to the document. Go back to the map. We can do this together. I know we can for sure. One of the things I did is put together my platform. It's on my website, chowen2024.org, on the Publications tab. Pull it down. We'll start looking at that as we go forward with more frequent podcasts. And we'll go page by page. We'll do one per night. That way this thing doesn't get too long in the tooth. And we'll talk about it. It's aggressive, and it is maybe a little bit much for 4 years of a plan. But why not? Why not start with everything we want and see what we can get? That's what I got for tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for believing. It is official. 3:21, and I got that note. I thought, how official is that? 3, 2, 1, go. The irony. So let's do this. Let's get together. Let's change this place. If we change the country, we can change the world. Why not? Thanks so much. If you appreciate this and this is what you want to do, join me. Please share this. I'll start putting out some materials that you can actually share and get more people to participate. For now, all I'm asking, share the message. Tell people we're going to get this done. We're going to do it together. Thank you so much. I'm asking for your help. Have a great night.